And we are back. We are back. It's your boy Big Vern. Y'all know what it is. Welcome to App Stupid Studios. Let's get after it. But first, let's jump into a rap break. Drop the beat. What up, what up? It's your boy Big Vern coming to you live from the App Stupid Studios, and we pushing a new rap album this month. Sound Miata, The Happening, in stores now. Get it where you legally consume music, whether it be Apple Music, Google Play, or Spotify. My personal favorites on the track is Let's Talk About It. That boom, boom, boom. Yeah, that's crazy. That whole thing is crazy. And then Cake Up with Kelly, Moonstone, that one's alright too. That one's alright. Sprung featuring Peyton. Man, I think I'm sprung. Yeah, that's crazy. Homegirl can just flow. And then whoever did all of her production is crazy because these beats are crazy, out of control. And it's like that. Those are my personal favorites, but you may have more. Anyway, Sound Miata, The Happening, in stores now. Yo, make sure y'all go get Sound Miata. We thought it was dope. However, going to stay in the AFC, going to go north, going to talk about the New England and the Charger game. And the Chargers, they wasted everybody's time. I had no idea they'd get out there and pull the whole I'm just happy to be here card. But yeah, this was bad. This was bad. And I was extremely sold on high stakes coaching, the X's and O's. This is going to be Vrabel versus Harbaugh. This is going to be a counter versus a counter versus a counter of a counter. This was going to be a ridiculous coaching. I thought a high coaching bonanza. Nope. It was none of that. And after watching the Chargers get out there and get punked out and just pushed around up front and suffocated in that secondary, I got one question. Is Justin Herbert the lovable loser in the NFL? He's been in the league for about 6 years and he hasn't won a playoff game. He hasn't won the division either. Just a stat stuffing machine. His best year was in 2022, where he was 1,012 yards better than he is now with one more score and 3 less picks. His QBR was 1.6 lower than it is right now. And I say all of that is it time for the Bolts to move on? Just because you're a nice guy, you're a good locker room guy, you don't get in any trouble, that's not going to make you free from criticism. That's not going to make you free from criticism. In the last 2 years of Jim Harbaugh, the Chargers are 22-12, and he's 0-1 in the playoffs. And when you look at the record, you're just like, wow, that guy can coach. Now, I give Harbaugh a lot of shit because he's a slimy individual, just from what he did at Michigan and who I've known him to be throughout the reporting by beat reporters and also by certain syndicates in the media. However, I refer to him as Lil Jimmy because you got to earn that Harbaugh name. You got to do something like your brother. You got to go out and win one. You got to have a track record of dominance. And I was telling people, hey, look, the game might have passed him by. It's been a while since he was going to those NFC championship games 3 straight years. A lot has changed in over a decade. A lot has changed. And if you look at the record of the Chargers in the AFC, it's subpar. They beat a depleted Kansas City. The Raiders were awful. The loss to the Giants. Come on now. How do you lose to the Giants? How? The Commanders 1-1 with the Broncos, and incoming in Sunday night, the game, they were 1-2 at the end of the season. So this thing was falling apart. This thing was falling apart and really going downhill before they even got into the postseason. There was no high-level coaching. Vrabel showed up and Jim didn't. I'm talking about body bagged in Foxborough. 381 yards of total offense, 235 through the air, 148 on the ground. That was good for about 6 yards of play. I thought the defense of the Chargers was better than that. Yep. Nope. Yeah, okay. The fact that the Chargers couldn't convert on third down told you all you needed to know about this game. Herbert was sacked 6 times, and what happened to the O-line? They don't have an O-line to save them whatsoever. They couldn't score inside the red zone despite going down there for 2 trips. This began to be embarrassing. The Bolts just flat out got their asses kicked. There's no sentimental victories here. Anybody can lose a game. The fact that you all just became intimidated right out the gate and quit on the field and just made this game really not worth watching. This game was in prime time. NBC thought the same thing that I did when it came to the coaching, that this thing was going to come down to who wants it more from the coach's booth. This thing did none of that. You saw one team show up and you saw another team get punked out and quit. You saw another team quit on their fan base. You saw another team cow down and be broken and have their wheels broken. That's what you saw. Congrats to Mike Vrabel and the Long Hats, the Chargers. Y'all got some soul searching to do. I don't know if you get it back in the draft. I don't know what went on. Drake May, 258 yards and a score and a win. Put some respect on Drake Mayonnaise's name. I kid him a lot, but he did his thing, and he did it against the Chargers, and he did it with however he wanted to. If you're a Bolts fan and you got something to say to defend this garbage, get in the comments. Everybody else, you know the drill.
Yeah, it's your boy Big Vern. Y'all know the drill. Get in the comments whether you agree or disagree. Let me know what's going down. It's your boy Big Vern. We'll be back.